I don't care if you're a pacifist's first aid. I love you equally much as any other Autobot in my army. But if you don't want to fight, can I ride you as a pony to Megatron's lair?
Hi everyone, this is Triple T, and today I'm taking a look at X-Transbots Master X Series Paragon, their take on first aid. And the box is just magnificent, very X-Transbot-y, with a little illustration, a bio, and a tech spec. Now, it doesn't come with a decoder. It doesn't really need to though, because you can clearly see where it lands, but still, yeah. The best cure for the body is a quiet mind. Yep. You get a little collector's card with the same nice illustration that you had on the box, of course. And here you can see his different stats. He's not very strong and he's not very quick, but oh my goodness, he's intelligent and has a lot of skill. Yay for cards. And this is so epic in the way that it sucks. Yeah, I don't recommend you using this at all because it's just horrible. Yeah. He comes with his little gunny poo, and you can fold that down for storage. But it looks fairly okay. Not the best. I think it's just black plastic, and it looks kind of, well, it's okay. It's okay. Nothing more, nothing less. And of course, it comes with the combiner arm thingy. And you have a lot of rotation here. And a lot of folding things and stuff like that. What I really like is this little piston that looks like it's folding in and out. That looks really cool, actually. I am worried that this would actually not hold up. I will glue it back on if it does break, but, you know, I would have liked it to just be there, you know. It does have a lot of nice detailing for the med bay, or whatever you would call it, mode. So that's nice. You have these little things that you can actually pull out that, well, you know, can help repair stuff. And these are actually, I don't know if you can see that, but they are articulated, so that's kind of nice. I will not be showing you this in medbay mode because it is silly, and I mean, it's basically just this upside down, like that, so it's not worth taking a look at. Yeah, but this looks good, and the hinges are nice, so I'm looking forward to combining this set. Now we have First Aid himself, and this is a solid brick of a car. I really, really like it. It rolls if you have all the tires on. I usually don't, because they are kind of flimsy. Like this one tends to be not on for some reason. Okay, I made it worse. So let's just look at it, shall we? You can see through all windows, including this one, but you have the back plate there, so you don't actually see anything. You have some nice detailing here, some vents, emergency. You have a nice black bar through the entire vehicle, I think. Yup. Around the entire vehicle. And I like these windows. They do line up if you do things correctly, which I never do. And you can even see through here. You have some nice lights here. And the other side is the same thing. And if you look under here, you can see the chest. But yeah, that's about it. I do like the headlights on it and the turn signals. And up here you have, of course, the little siren-y bits. I know they tend to pop off for some people. For me, they work just dandy. So I hope that will stay. Okay. You can open the doors, which is kind of cool. Like that. There is nothing really to look in there. Look at in there. You have a little seat, which just annoys you when you transform it, but it works. And if you want to, you can open the back section as well. Like that. And you can actually look into the vehicle if you find that interesting. Now, here you have storage for the gun. Okay, so for storage, you can put the gun there and just close this off. Doesn't really hold in, but there's the storage for the gun. If you find that interesting, I don't know. And of course, you can close the doors. That goes without saying. But there you have him. And he looks fairly nice. Now, for comparison, I'm going to compare him to my biggest hate object right now, and that is Ocular Max's first aid. And if you can see, nothing really tabs in on this. Yeah. I've done it as the instructions and the instructional videos online tell me to, but it doesn't really work for me for some reason. Maybe I got a bad sample. I don't know. But I don't like that one. But they look fairly similar. If I want to give something to the Ocular Max, it's that this little light bar is better looking here than this, and that they do have these little side view mirrors, and they just didn't bother. They are about the same size, actually. This is a bit lower than the X-Transbots. But that doesn't really mean anything because, well, I don't like the painted windows. If you're going to have it transparent, have it all the way around, like the X-Transbot does. But yeah. There you can see my lights. I'm going to put this away now. Now, I'm going to get him into combine mode. And to do that, you have to separate him. And this is a heavy block of a bot, so it's quite difficult to do. But you have to open him up in the middle. And then push this very, very hard button inwards. At the same time, you're going to lift him off here. And it is kind of easy to pull off as long as you just use a tool to push that button. This piece is kind of lighter red. I thought it was actually broken first, but it isn't. It's supposed to be that way for some reason. But as you can see, I've now split him in two. And this little tire likes to play with me, of course. I'm going to fold that in for now because we don't need it. And let's bring in the arm, shall we? What you're supposed to do here is you're supposed to line these tabs up with these ports. So let's try and do that. It's not the easiest because it's very, very precise. And this is going to hook tab underneath here. So you need to line everything up. You can get it perfect, but I'm not going to bother right now. You are going to do the same thing with this part. Just line all those things up, and that will just go around a little bumper there. And here you have the arm complete. It is a magnificent arm, I can tell you. It looks really good. It can't stand on its own, unfortunately. But you have a double jointed elbow, so that looks fairly good. It has a lot of lubricant here, so everything will work. And this is the piece that will actually go onto hotspot. So this has that heavy ratchet for the arm, of course. But since this is a very thin plastic, I'm kind of nervous about how this will work. But we'll just have to see. It looks good, even though I haven't been able to push this in everywhere. But I think you know what this is going to look like. And both of these are actually ratcheted. Well, you know. And that piston just looks epic. Very, 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 very nice. So, this is the arm mode. And for comparison, here is the Arculum Max equivalent. And this is where I think this actually shines, even though nothing really tabs in or stays where it should. But this is way smaller, of course. And it should be because it's a smaller combiner. This looks kind of ugly. And their Vortex is... No, not Vortex. Blades is the last Oculum Max combiner I will buy, unfortunately. But they are too small, and I don't really like the workings of it. And I think they suffer for the all-in-one thing. Gimmick, unfortunately. And here you have first aid in robot mode, and this looks so good. Unfortunately, I have some paint scrapage there on the visor, but still looks really good. And just to get you up a bit, looks really good. I don't know why I have him in that kind of stance. You can see he's a very beautiful bot. It may be just a bit too much red here. I don't really know, but there is something off with it. But I like it, but still. You have very nice legs here. And I do not mind these. And I do not mind that this is the inside of the leg. So I wish these would tab in, but they don't. Yeah. For articulation, the head can do a 360, of course. It can look up, it can look down. The arms can do a 360. They have a butterfly joint, very nicely done. And of course, they can rotate on that little axle as well. You have a bicep rotation. You have a double jointed elbow. Looks strange, but it works. The hands can rotate. They can go in and out. And the thumb is on one peg and the fingers are on one peg, though the pointer finger is separate. I have to say these are some of the ugliest hands I've seen since DX9's Menasor combiner, because they were even worse. You have a little, I say little, you can actually fold this forward, so he has a bit more, but that just looks strange. You have some ab crunch if you want it. Rotation at the waist. And if we fold everything away, can you fold that away as well? Yes, you can. Very nice. He can high kick. He can kick backwards and out to the side on a ratcheted joint, but it holds very well. You have a double jointed knee. It tends to untransform the leg, but you can get it fairly high, like that. Just don't use it. The feet can tilt, of course. They can go up and down. You have several hinges in here you can actually use, so you can get them in different positions. And of course, you can separately angle the little heel spur there. He is a bit of a chore to put on to my table in a very... He does have rotation at the thigh, but it's very, very, very stiff. I have to manhandle him a bit, so he actually uses every inch of that articulation. And of course, he can use his little gun. If you have it stored, you just fold it out, you get it pegged in. And I don't think it's a gun, I think it's a laser welder or something like that. So now he can just mend Autobots or Decepticons, since he doesn't care, to his heart's content. Mend, 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 mend. Yeah, I said that. I heard it, I know. Now, this is a very beautiful bot. I have to say, this is one of the best that X-Transbots ever done. And unfortunately, if they continue the way they have, this is the closest they will actually get to ever making a masterpiece bot. Because I don't find any real faults with him. Yes, he's a bit fiddly in the legs, but when you know what to do, it works. And the only complaint I have, of course, is the paint scrapage on the visor, but otherwise, it's good. It's very, very good, and it looks like he should. No kibble. Well, no real kibble at all. I wish they would peg in, but still, minor nitpicks. If you don't like these, you can put them down here, so you get them a bit away. I don't care, but they are on the back, so I just love this one. I actually do. The Ocular Max was more difficult to transform than this was, and that says a lot. That says really, really much about the engineering and the thought that went into this. You can shake him all about, because he is sturdy and he holds well together. So I find nothing really wrong with him. He's going to get a high score, I think. But for comparison, here he is with Ocular Max's version. And this is the toy deco. So please mind the differences here that shouldn't be here for a comparison. Well, you know what I mean. They are very slender, both of them. I don't like the size of these legs. These are actually way better. They look like proper bot legs and not just an overturned vehicle. But it says emergency on both of them. And this don't hold in at all. I did like the face sculpt on this one. But after seeing this, even with the paint scriptage, this is not as good as it should be. Unfortunately. So I'm really happy I went into this set because it looks so much better, I think. Oh, they look like they're looking at each other. I mean, look at these feet. This just looks strange. I never noticed that before, actually. But we're not here to talk about Ocular Max. We're here to talk about this beautiful bot. And just because I have him here he is with Magic Square, Light of Peace, or Optimus Prime, the release from this year, and I will be doing a little thing about him soon enough. I have actually already done everything, but I didn't post it for some reason, so I will be doing that soon enough. But they look like they should. He is the right height for it. I think my set is making every bot turn over. But yeah, they look good together. Very, very good indeed. Now for my conclusion. I do like this bot. The transformation is difficult when you don't know what to do, or rather fiddly. It's not difficult. I actually did it without looking at the instructions because they were driving me mad. But when you get him into any of his forms, he's very solid and you can shake him about as much as you want. Nothing really happens. He looks good. He performs well. You have a lot of articulation and posability on him. So that is very nice, I think. Hands up. The only thing I wish is that the plastic here would actually be a bit thicker, so it might hold the test of time. I mean, I know I can glue this, but still. But if I'm only looking at the bot, this is a very, very good bot from X-Transbots. One of their absolute best ever. So for his masterpiece score, he gets a 9. And I never thought I would give a 9 to another X-Transbots bot. Except for Magnus, of course. Because X-Transbots are plagued with QC issues, over-engineering, and small things hinging on big things. But this just works. So this is a strong recommendation from me. As a solo bot, I'm going to take a look at the other in the set that has come out so far. I don't think they will be as strong of a recommendation as this one, because this is just outstanding. But I guess that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care.